and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Happy Friday, y'all. We made it. We are inching closer to game time, about 20 and a half hours between Nebraska and Maryland. Don't forget, we do have pregame coverage beginning at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning here in this building. Stop by, say hi. But of course, before we get to tomorrow, we have today. 2 hours with you here during On the Block. I'm Austin Norman, joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, the 9-year NBA vet, the man who must have been to Baja a time or two, Erick Strickland. Stricky, heck of a call last night.
Man, I appreciate it. It's always good to hear good feedback from your colleagues, and I really enjoy it, man. It's really cool to be there and just to see everything developing right in front of you. Get to work with Jessica, and obviously I would love to have my partner beside me. That'd be cool if you and I would be able to do a game like that. But I'm kind of liking what I see right now. I'm very my mind is, I think I was a little bit more hardened in my mind about the approach to this year, but just looking how this team plays with some good poise and they don't get rattled by runs, and defensively they're pretty sound, and all of the aspects of the game that I thought after looking at the Creighton game, watching them come in, seeing how bad they shot, don't want to let a team get comfortable. And for me, it definitely was the rebounding that
55 of them.
Yeah, I wanted to definitely make sure that Nebraska dominated that aspect. And this is what helps me in just how crazy my mind thinks about it, is it was Rink Mast. I thought it was going to be Josiah Alec with his energy and, it was freaking Rink Mast just all around the freaking rim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just creating space, being around the areas where the ball's coming off and just grabbing boards. And I like that. That it's coming from unexpected places from where my mind thinks it's going to come from.
Right. Josiah is the energy rebounder, but Rink Mast has played enough, kind of the savvy positional rebounder, just knows how to find the right spot. Harold Spears is with me. He says, sounded great on the call last night, Stricky. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. Definitely that feedback helps me because you don't know. You're right in the midst of it all. You don't know if you're doing a good job or not. And so it's always good to hear, the feedback, and if there's something I need to change or my voice inflections are off or, stuff like that. It's always good.
I know something you and I both appreciate, Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
And that's a fact. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Going out there at 27th Pine Lake, tap in And there's some more food that's in the building as well. But Mary Ellen's is definitely one that you can grab a hold of. You can go get them from Wednesday on through Monday. Monday they're closed. Tuesday they're closed, but back open on Wednesday. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, the place to be.
That it is. Let's keep talking about some Husker hoops before we turn the page to Husker football. An 81-54 win for the Huskers over Florida A&M last night. On postgame, there were a couple things that came up between Bach and I that I really want your opinion on, Strick. The first thing is, well, they really tie together. So Nebraska scores 81 points in the game. That's solid. That's a pretty good number for this Nebraska team. Maybe not the most efficient night. I mean, 23 of 56, only 40%. But Strick, they turn the ball over 18 times and they allow 11 offensive rebounds, which they dominate rebounding on the defensive end of things. But that's a lot of possessions given away.
No doubt.
But I tie the possessions given away and the 40% shooting to the absence of Keisei Tominaga. Yes, Nebraska scored 81 points, but the offense didn't look smooth. It looked pretty clunky. There wasn't a lot of energy. So I think getting Keisei Tominaga back in whatever role, I think because he's so dependent on movement, on guys setting good screens for him, because he's constantly in motion, I think his return on the offensive end will help everyone else pick it up. There are just so many times Nebraska didn't seem like it was moving or cutting with purpose or energy and intensity. That's how Keisei gets open. He always does. So I think getting him back will raise the standard of energy for Nebraska on offense and lead to easier shots.
So I'm going to agree and disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I agree there were times of clunkiness, stagnation. But what I'll attribute some of that to is I saw different lineups that I didn't see the first game.
Okay.
So it was like they were trying other combinations with guys that probably don't spend a lot of time together as of yet in game time situations, and they're trying to see how this unit works together. So I'm not going to say that that's the reason, but it's a plausible thing to look at as far as possibility of that being a part of the case. Now, because I did see some great backdoor cuts, great feeds from Rink Mass. Those guys are great passers. I actually can say that. I would say the lack of focus on just going up, drawing contact, and what I was seeing was, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's a strength and conditioning because I know they do a good job of that, but I was seeing taking contact, falling off, not finishing. They had a lot of three-point opportunities that they were there and they just missed. They had a lot of layups that they literally just missed. So I think they were getting there, but the lack of focus at the finish was what I was seeing a lot more of. Sometimes it was shots that they could have gotten a better one. I saw that. But I'm not overly mad because the assist numbers were up still again at 15. So that means they're still looking for each other. They're still trying to find each other. But then you also get a chance to see that it's a different guy, a different, group. Bryce was still there, not as efficient as he was last time, but Eli Rice pops up this time, who wasn't as aggressive in the first game, comes out a little bit more aggressive in this game and finds his stroke and gets it going. Fred Hoiberg in the last game had it going, wasn't really going on this game. So you're going to, I think you're getting a preview of what you're going to see. And when Keisei comes back, there'll probably be a little bit more of a hierarchy establishment. But also Jamarcus had great looks last night that he just missed. So you had another question with regards to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, in terms of Jamarcus Lawrence, Sam Hoiberg, his role, Keisei Tominaga, the true point guard on the roster that we envisioned back in the offseason was probably Aaron Eulis from Iowa. Boogie Coleman can play that role off the bench. Maybe he works his way into the starting lineup. But I don't envision Jerron Coleman starting for this team.
I don't think so.
I do envision Keisei Tominaga starting for this team. So last night, Bach and I were kind of trying to go through the lineup, redistribute some of those shots. And the lineup that we settled on had a lot of Keisei Tominaga running point. And we got some pushback on that from the text line saying, well, he's your all Big Ten 3-point shooter. Why would you have him handle the ball?
Here's how I can picture that. You see Jerron Coleman in a lot of opportunities getting into pick and roll. You saw Jamarcus have great looks coming off of the screen where they didn't get over or they kind of got caught under, and he had the looks, just missed the shots. So I can envision opportunities like that. But what I'm seeing right now is a no point, a no guard style of play where whoever gets it, it's a push up, it's a press, and then you saw a lot of flow back shots with Mass who hit one or two, and you got Wilcher that had the same thing. So when you talk about penetration, I don't see anybody outside of Tamanaga that can probably create his own shot. Boogie can do it
Jamarcus
with
here
craftiness, Jamarcus with speed, but I think Tamanaga has a little bit more trick bag. He's probably the only one that has trick bag. So if you need a bucket, you're probably going to put him in Rink Mass because you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
In pick and roll late class. So maybe not traditional point guard-ish, but when it's get a bucket time, when it's late clock, when it's stuff like that, either he's going to be coming off a screen or he's going to probably be handling the ball.
Makes sense to me. Let's go rapid fire through the text line here. Drew in Wahoo says, Eli Rice needs to figure out how to use his right hand, and then he could be real good. You're a lefty. How important is that offhand?
I mean, it's tough to probably talk to me about that because I'm an ambidextrous guy.
True.
So, so being a lefty, a lot of people on the scouting report is like, he's a lefty. Don't let him go this way. Don't let him. And I'm like, yes, because really I'm strong hand right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm opposite. And there's another player like
Ben
that.
Simmons.
Yeah, I'm weird. Like, there's a couple players that I could tell you that are like that. Jason Kidd was like that.
Really?
Jason Kidd was a right-handed shooter, strong left-hand drive with finish left. Cedric Sabalas was right-handed shooter, but strong left-hand drive finish. But he was crafty enough to finish both hands. But he dunks. His strongest dunk is off his left, and you don't really think about that. So when you're guarding guys, sometimes you know that I'm a lefty. You see me when I shoot, so your tendency is to
shade him, shade to your left side.
Shade left, and I'm like, yes.
Thank you.
I like that. Eli Rice is going to take some time. He's just got to get used to the speed, the change of the speed. He's a physical kid. He'll get it. Once he gets it, he'll be fine.
And then a couple things on Rink Mass. 3103 says Mass looks like he could have played for some of those old Wisconsin teams in the last decade or so. Absolutely, he does. And then Lemon says Mass is definitely a grinder, hustle type of guy. Seems like he fights for the rebound just 5% harder than anyone else on the floor. He's in competition with his foreman, Josiah Alec. Those two guys are aggressive rebounders that get in good position, that pursue the ball. But what I take away from Rink Mass's performance last night, Strick, it was workmanlike. It was businesslike. Nothing that Rink Mass did is something he will never do again. It wasn't the game of his life. It was, he took what was in front of him. He made the right play for himself and for others. And that's that steadiness that I think goes a long way out of a veteran.
No doubt about it. And that's what you want to have, especially at that position. They're only going to get better. And I love the scheduling because the scheduling is going to help them to get more and more comfortable week after week. And as long as they come, what you said is that business mentality, they'll have some success, and then they'll be prepared and won't, have any friction of fear of any kind when Creighton comes. But I like where this team is right now. I like where they're working, but there's just certain areas that I'm impressed with, and I know Fred's not going to be excited about 18 turnovers because they were stupid turnovers. They weren't just like Florida State was getting after them and hounding them and was forcing them into stuff. It wasn't those. It was just lackadaisical passes or passes that you practice that you just miss. And, they got to figure that out.
That they do, but they figured out in a win, 81-54. The schedule is in their favor. Do you like where Nebraska football's at? Do you like Nebraska football's schedule? We'll talk about that. They've got the Terps coming up tomorrow. And stay tuned. We have 2 tickets to give away to tomorrow's game. If you're looking to go, to Nebraska and Maryland. Stay tuned. We'll give those tickets away here coming up on the show. 402-464-5685, the Starter Heyman text line, and the Honda of Lincoln hotline. If you have any thoughts on Husker hoops, Husker football, or anything else we're talking about throughout the day, stay tuned here to On the Block, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. I'm Austin Norman. He's Erick Strickland. Back after this.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes, can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
For a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise. Not on quality, not on value, and not on customer service. For that reason, you can be sure that every item of jewelry you purchase from Sartor Heyman is the very best, no matter how small or how large. When it comes to jewelry, if we don't have it, you don't want it. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island, and SartorHeyman.com.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority, inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new Complete Post-Workout Recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Berschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Berschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See club for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here during On the Block, Austin Norman and Erick Strickland with you. Don't forget, we have 2 tickets to give away for Nebraska and Maryland tomorrow. That's an 11 o'clock kickoff here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Stop by the station, say hi. We got pregame starting at 8 o'clock. We do also want to give a big shout out to Omaha Steaks. Had a delivery come in today. Saw a FedEx guy come in and saw these Omaha Steaks boxes with Jake's name on. I'm like, great. That means no one else is going to get any. Cool. Jake gets stuff again. But no, Jake was generous. He's sharing. A big thanks to the people at Omaha Steaks, giving us some hot dogs, some Franks, and then some burgers as well. So with the holidays right around the corner, now's the best time to start thinking about that perfect gift for everyone on your list, whether it's for family or friends or employees or clients. It's Omaha Steaks that can help you skip the guesswork with gourmet gifts they're guaranteed to love. For a limited time, you can save 50% off site-wide when you shop with this 93.7 The Ticket exclusive. Plus, you get 8 free pure ground filet mignon burgers with qualifying orders. Every purchase backed by unconditional money-back guarantee. The website for you, omahasteaks.com/the ticket for that deal. Again, 50% off site-wide and 8 free pure ground filet mignon burgers.
Yeah, I might tap in.
Can't wait.
I'm actually going to tap in with the ticket, the ticket.
Yes.
Promo code. I'm going to do that. But I will say this. I wanted to give thanks, congratulations, blessings to obviously all of the veterans for their day as well. And they're thankful for their service, even as things are seemingly escalating all around the world. And I remember coming back, Austin, from my trip in Dallas, and I was seeing a lot of Army and Marines being deployed. We didn't know, I didn't know where they were going, but we know that especially in this time of the holidays, as they approach, to be away from their families. Some of them have newborns and kids, and so shout out to them and their families that support them. Shout out to Matthew Strickland, Lieutenant Colonel, retired. Grateful for him and just the wonderful discipline and everything that he showed me by way of his service. I'm appreciative of him as well. So just wanted to shout that out as well.
Amen to that. Yeah, couldn't say it any better myself. Know plenty of people with military service, but it wasn't, my direct family. So to not know what it is a military family goes through, the moving, the deployments, everything like that, it's I'm sure it's a burden on the families. So for the ones who are serving in the armed forces, thank you. And like Thunder Not Collins was saying on the text line, to the families, don't be afraid to ask for help if you're struggling, if you need something. We're all very grateful for your service here at 93.7, The Ticket, and individually.
Well, I mean, for a good portion of that time, my dad was a single father, and he was in missiles. So there were times we had to go and be in the silos, so being in missiles, obviously the method of the launch codes have changed. If you've watched movies like War Games and stuff like that back in the day, old 1983 classic, that's what he did. He was down there deep in the silos. And I remember getting a chance to go there as a young kid and see what it was like. And he had to spend days down there. So, having a young son and having to think about that, but then also think about, world situations and playing war games in there and worried like if anything was to happen during that time, like, I'm here in a deep bunker that's, they're proof for, obviously, for nuclear attacks and stuff like that. And there's nothing he could do for me. That's got to weigh heavy on a father's mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I've always been appreciative of my pops and just what he did. Sometimes you may not have told me he loved me, but I knew he did. You know what I mean? Just by the way he took care of me. So I appreciate that.
Tomorrow will be Nebraska's recognition of the veterans. They do a really good job with that every year of recognizing all the veterans. So we'll definitely stay tuned for that with Nebraska and Maryland tomorrow. Kind of hard to transition from that to football, but let's talk about the football game a little bit, Strick. Both Nebraska and Maryland come into this game 5-4. Nebraska had won 5 of 6 before they lose to Michigan State last week. Maryland started off on a tear, started 5-0. They've lost 4 games in a row, starting with Ohio State, then Illinois, Northwestern, and then last week,
that was a tough
Penn State.
The Northwestern.
It was.
That had to be a tough one.
That's not one many people saw coming.
Right.
It tells you that Northwestern, isn't quitting on its season, isn't giving up, but also maybe it's instructive to a degree about Maryland as well. What can we look at with the Terps? What can we learn from it? And it's that their defense is gettable. It is. I mean, Northwestern put up 33 on them. Illinois put up 27 on them, which is more than Nebraska scored on any consistent basis. But it tells me that points are there for the taking for this offense. A ground-based offense, Nebraska in a windy sort of game, I think wants to make this game look like the Purdue game.
Okay. Here's what I will say again. Coach Satterwhite needs to be creative in the way he gets the ball to his running backs. I think the way he uses them out of the backfield. I think just a lot of misdirection stuff. When you have a defense that is going to, because we can look at the way Michigan State scouted Nebraska, because it was a lot of straight line. There was nothing to really just take. You can see how those safeties were coming up and making plays, how on those bubble screens, they was coming up, making plays in the back. They put us behind the chains a lot. It was like they knew where to get downhill, how to get downhill, because we didn't give them nothing to where we can make their eyes misdirect themselves or make them have to make a decision, not on what their eyes see, but what the possibility is of it not being what they see. If you can understand what I'm saying with that, right? Because if it's straight line, I can straight, if it's rub off the back of a tackle, if it's get into a gap, if it's, on a stunt, anything like that, or on a blitz or anything, I'm downhill to what I see. Whereas if I'm downhill and it's misdirected on what I see, now opportunities begin to open up in other places, and it's a little bit more hesitation. I've got to read a little bit before I can react, as opposed to just straight react and go. So I know it's hard maybe to understand what I'm trying to say just by explaining. I wish, there was some video to be able to show what I'm saying, but that's what I think Coach Satterwhite has to do in this game that he didn't do last game, but that Michigan State did. And I think that's where the difference was. And now Michigan State also won the special teams battle. They made us make plays from longer distances as opposed to shorter fields. They more had shorter field opportunities because, Buschini shanked some punts and put some right at midfield or right at you lose that battle because their punter was 50-something plus, per punt.
Yeah.
So he was bombing. We were shanking. So they won that battle. Those things, it has to be special teams. I think it has to be misdirection. I think it has to be use of elements of the team because of the wind.
Right.
You got to use those running backs. Get them in mismatches against their linebacker. Their defense isn't that good, but you got to give them something instead of just straight line being able to run.
If Nebraska is able to impose its will with straightforward runs,
go do it.
I would be shocked, but if you're able to, go.
Do it.
Maryland's defensive line hasn't been a strength under Mike Locksley. If the offensive line rebounds from last week's performance, if Nebraska learns how teams are defending some of the perimeter runs, but also just the straight up the gut runs, then go for it. But if Nebraska's offensive line is struggling, if Maryland has, covered up the option game a little bit, that's where give Emmett Johnson 5 catches.
Right.
Get Anthony Grant out on a screen. Get Jalen Lloyd in motion on something. Even if it doesn't work, at least you give them something to think about.
Exactly.
But what in Nebraska's offense has built off of itself over the last month? The option and the option pass. That's it. Not a lot out of, a one-back set, not a lot out of the shotgun. Seems like it's been a building block to something else.
Jim Philippi on the stream texts in and says more rollouts would be good because you can isolate the linebacker and make him choose between the. I've been saying that for weeks.
Check the tapes. Your podcast.
Yeah, Harburg is not good. Almost said Harbaugh.
We do have some clarity coming in that today.
Okay, we're gonna get into that.
We'll get into it next.
Harburg is not a pocket guy. This is why you can't get behind the chains. And this is why I think you have to use rollouts. You have to do things to where if he rolls out there with a 2 option, something maybe coming from the backside or even a misdirection to where I don't know if he has a good enough arm, especially with this tonight, to throw something on the backside where, a tight end slips out maybe on a wheel and, you've got safety starting to come down because really is a lot of the stuff defenses have been doing is one over the top safety. They've been bringing guys down into the box, either late into the box or even if they're too high, there've been aggressive safeties to come up quick. So I think that's what Michigan State was doing a lot of. They were showing us too deep, but they were one of them was if it was strong side, they were coming down hard.
Too deep pre-snap, and
there you
then
go.
We talk about Heinrich Harburg still learning as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Not being able to process quickly how to adjust in his head. Okay, what does it look like if one adjusts and they just drop one safety, they bring one up? That's a progression that Heinrich Harburg still has to make.
And that's why I'm saying those rollout situations would then shift D. And then if nothing's in front of you, if nothing's on a throwback, if there's a rollout with maybe a jet coming under, just something misdirection. But the rollouts with those passes, if nothing's there, then boom, take off. Have a blocker out there. Maybe bring your center out after he snaps. I mean, there's different things you can do to get somebody out front. Something creative, man. Show me something.
Try something.
Anything.
See if it works. You still haven't locked up a bowl berth.
I don't think you're going to be. Yes. You better bank it. Remember I said that last week? You had a chance to put it in the bank against Michigan State. You better bank it this week because you don't want that smoke or that pressure going up to Wisconsin, having to try to pull one out or to come back home on the last game when it's all on the line, saying to yourself, we need this win in order to be bank this stuff, get bowl eligible, and then let the rest be what it may.
Both teams are looking at this as their best opportunity to get bowl eligible because it's the game in front of them. That's a good kind of look at the Husker offense versus the Maryland defense, but it's the strength on strength matchup, the defense of Nebraska versus the offense of Maryland. We'll spend some time going over that at the 3:00 hour. We might have some resolution with Jim Harbaugh. Sources are reporting they know what the decision is. It's not been officially announced yet, but if this is what the punishment is, do we think it's enough? Do we think it fits the crime? We'll get into that to put a bow on hour 1 of On the Block in just a moment.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Brent's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brent is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brent Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrentExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brent Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brent.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise. Not on quality, not on value, and not on customer service. For that reason, you can be sure that every item of jewelry you purchase from Sartor Heyman is the very best, no matter how small or how large. When it comes to jewelry, if we don't have it, you don't want it. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island, and sartorheyman.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting lots of sunshine to go along with light winds. We'll see a high of around 54. Tonight we'll see increasing cloud cover on the low around 36. And tomorrow, apart from a slight chance of sprinkles, and with cloudy skies, little breezy conditions are expected too. We'll see a high of around 59. And meteorologist Kyle Cluck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Hey, it's Chad of the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's my favorite right there. I love that one.
Get fizzy? The
Yeah.
pop fizz fizz?
Man, yeah, that we need to throw that with the, Thirsty Thursday.
We'll see what we can make happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we wrap up hour one of On the Block with some resolution. Austin Norman, Erick Strickland with you here. Michigan's punishment has been announced, at least the first part of it, in the sign stealing scandal. We still don't really have a, Dash Gate name for necessarily. Harbaugh Gate, I don't know if that works, but Big Ten has officially released a statement. It's on the Big Ten Twitter account. I'll just read it here really quickly. The Big Ten Conference announced today that the University of Michigan has been found in violation of the Big Ten sportsmanship policy for conducting an impermissible in-scouting operation over multiple years, resulting in an unfair competitive advantage that compromised the integrity of competition. Skip a paragraph that just tells you the rule they broke specifically. As a penalty imposed on the institution, the university football team must compete without its head football coach for the games remaining in the 2023 regular season, effective immediately. This disciplinary action shall not preclude the university or its football team from having its head football coach attend practices or other football team activities other than the game activities to which it applies. For clarity, the head football coach shall not be present at the game venue on the dates of the games to which this disciplinary action applies. The Big Ten Conference will have no additional comment at this time.
Well,
Jim Harbaugh grounded for 3 Saturdays.
Well, you know what? It's something, right? It's kind of a way to put the focus and the onus and the responsibility on the head coach, not hurt the players or the team by any means.
Mm-hmm.
But whether you think that's enough, I think that's relative between you and yourself and your mind, if you think that's good enough or not. Some people aren't going to be happy. It's just like being a referee. When I was a referee, there's 50% of the people that's not going to like that call that I just made, and there's 50% that's going to love it. This is probably one of those type of situations.
That's fair. There was no good answer, I think, for the Big Ten or the NCAA or Michigan right now. I would love to know what Jim Harbaugh thinks of this. To me, I think it's pretty business as usual for the football team. They were without him for the first 3 games of the regular season. They'll be without him for the last 3 games of the regular season. They're used to this. They've been through this process before, but I can just picture Jim Harbaugh, walking off the practice field, or maybe just got off the phone with the league office, hangs the phone up, just kicks his feet up on his desk. Okay, cool. I just get 3 Saturdays off now. I'm sure I'll be watching the game. Obviously, he's
it's the rest of the season, not the
just the regular season.
So if they get to so then he's back, and you've got to speculate potentially that he's out.
That part.
So for him, he's like, well, I'm already kind of preparing for this anyway.
And that tells me the punishment might not be enough. Now, can you slap him with a show cause to make someone else not want to hire him if he does, come back to college, if he presumptively bolts for the NFL? Does that do anything? You don't want to punish the players necessarily, but I just think Jim Harbaugh's laughing at this. I do. I think he's chilling.
I think it's the other issues is the thing that's going to end up being their downfall. dealing with the what's his name, the
Stallions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think other periphery type things dealing with Stallions, it may be the issue that hurts and harms and destroys Michigan at the end of the day. Just keep an eye on that. See where that goes. And it's not going to happen this quickly. It's not anything that's going to happen, but this offseason, you heard it here on the block. You can go back and what is it? Pin this segment, because there's possibly going to be a lot more to come down the pipeline in the offseason. You know, when they're trying to recruit, you may see the transfer portal get heated up.
You might
real soon. Just be on the lookout.
Like Strick said, pin it. It's going to be there. There's going to be more investigation. There's going to be more drama, more and more twists and turns. And as they come out, we will do our best to keep you posted. Just saw some Maryland student athletes walk by out our window. Huskers and Terps 11 o'clock tomorrow. A lot to get to in the realm of college football. A few big games to give thoughts on. I have a couple more thoughts on Michigan, but we're up against the top of the hour. So we'll take a break, put a bow on Michigan's punishment, talk some Husker defense versus Maryland offense, give you a look at a few of the big games in college football, and plenty more in hour 2 of On the Block. He's Erick Strickland. I'm Austin Norman. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Sunday morning. It's quiet. Not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone. for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of the show comes your way here on a Friday. Getting ready for Nebraska and Maryland, 11 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. And as promised, 2 tickets to give away. It is Veterans Day weekend, so I think there's a right way to do this, and that is, if you're a veteran, you're in town, you're coming into town, you want to go to the game, stop by the ticket tomorrow morning, 1040 O Street, northwest corner of 11th and O. We will be set up here, ready to go at 8 o'clock tomorrow for our pregame coverage. I'll be here all morning long. So the first person that comes down to the ticket, tailgate, says hi to me, says you listened to On the Block yesterday, show me your military ID, 2 tickets are yours. That's how we're going to do it.
That's how we're going to do it. I think that's good to be able to give an opportunity away to a good group of veterans. But first to come, who is a veteran? You must be a veteran. ID. You must be a veteran. And shout out On the Block and holler at Austin. You'll get a chance to go to the game tomorrow.
It's the least we can do, a small token of our appreciation for you and everything you've done for us.
Absolutely.
Big thanks as well, in a different way. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, 29th and Pine Lake. They are open through the weekend. Make sure you check out their lunch buffet. I'd say that's probably a Sunday thing. You probably want to be in your seat. But I believe they have TVs at Mary Ellen, so maybe you can get the buffet, eat your heart's content, and hopefully watch the Huskers get a dub.
Dang, you're so tempting. It's so tempting tomorrow because I'm not going to the game to just shoot over there and grab me a nice plate, put my feet up, and
you said you got to get a workout
full.
today.
Yeah,
so
man.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, man. I might do that, bro. That might be a good move. Lasagna, Charles. I might be on my way, my boy.
He might be coming. Eyes up, eyes open. 402-464-5685. Our eyes are up and open to you on the Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685 or in the comment section of any of our streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. If you have any thoughts on Jim Harbaugh's punishment, if you have any thoughts on Nebraska and Maryland. Strick, I do just want to put a bow on the Michigan thing. We gave our thoughts on the punishment itself. An interesting move out of the Big Ten was on Twitter. What it did was it posted the article that announced the punishment, but then below that tweet, the Big Ten published the correspondence, the emails back and forth between the conference letting Michigan know that it found, allegations, it found violations that it was investigating, correspondence back from Michigan, and then one more back and forth between the conference and Michigan. Didn't have enough time in the break to read it, but by the time I get in for pregame tomorrow, I'm going to sit down and read those letters, those emails back and forth to see what the Big Ten said it found, what Michigan said it didn't find, their approach to that. I just think it's interesting the Big Ten would put that out at all. Given Michigan saying, oh, you're eschewing due process, you didn't give us a fair shake, you can't possibly do this now, in between the other schools saying you didn't do enough. This is all that he gets, a 3 Saturday timeout for this. I think
sit in the corner.
Yeah, go sit in the corner, face the wall on Saturdays. You can come back with your friends Sunday through Friday. With the wildly different perspectives on this, I like that the Big Ten is putting out this communication so everyone can see what was going on.
Yeah. Listen. I like the way that it's being handled in a way, but then there can be a temporary stay or injunction. There's some things that he has an option to file. That's if he wants to, but there also is a place that you don't want to poke the bear and start getting into a realm where then the pressure gets a little bit more heavier on the back end of things. I think sometimes if you feel that it's manageable, you might want to deal with that. I mean, I can understand, though, if I'm Harbaugh, I may not want to sit out this Penn State game, and I may not want to sit out the Ohio State game. I get it. You know what I mean? I understand those are huge. But at the same time, you also don't want to start trying to wrestle against the powers that be.
Especially because this is something Michigan's dealt with before, and by before, we mean 6 games ago. No Jim Harbaugh for the first 3 games of the season for Michigan. So this is something they're used to. Nick was saying between hours here that Michigan, the players don't even know. They're flying right now on their way to Happy Valley. Jim Harbaugh on the plane. I assume someone at Michigan knew or had a good idea of what was coming.
But you want to be there with your team.
You do.
Yeah, he knew.
Especially if you get that injunction.
Yeah, you definitely want to show solidarity, strength. You don't want a whole bunch of questions being asked. You want them to stay focused on that because, obviously, young men and they're gonna jump on their social media at some point. They're gonna catch glimpses of it, then they'll know. But still, to know that their coach is with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
means something, and it could be a rallying cry too. That's the crazy thing about sometimes if you've got a good team, it can take a me against the world type of thing. Where those guys come together in a special way, and it's like, we're going to go do it for Jim. We're going to do it for Coach, and so it can be a rallying cry. So it was smart of him to jump on the understanding what the rules and the regulations are for his punishment, but then also know and we're going to get into that part again, because a lot of people sometimes don't understand this part is the emotional parts of players' minds and mentalities, right? We saw how it kind of in a way affected Michigan State.
Right.
Won the first 2 games. Coach goes through the turmoil. A lot of news and stuff out there. Players are starting to stay focused on themselves. Some are starting to look at the next level and figure out, hey, I'm good. And it hurts the team. And then there was a little rallying cry, get them our first. And they saw us as an opportunity. I hate that. That's the part that I really hate. I bet you Maryland's looking at us the same way. Hey, this is one we can go get. You know what I mean? This is why I hate that we sometimes just fumble the bag when it's an opportunity like that, just across the board. It irks me. When you've got an opportunity to bag it, it's right there. Everything is in front of you, and you drop the ball. But we'll see. We'll see how they respond.
It's funny how fumbling the bag and dropping the ball have been one and the same for Nebraska football for far
For
too long
years now.
If we have any of our friends from Barry Law listening, again, they do great stuff for veterans. Let us know if Michigan is indeed filing this injunction, where this injunction would be filed. Is that something you file with the league office? Do you file it in Rosemont, in Chicago, where the league offices are? Do you file it in the state of Michigan? Do you file it in Happy Valley? I don't know. I believe we have a caller on the Honda of Lincoln
Hopefully they're
hotline.
We'll see.
Do we have a caller on the Honda of Lincoln hotline? What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry, how are you today? What's on your mind?
I was just on hold. Sorry.
Oh, Jerry, what do you got for us today?
You're on the air, Jerry.
Yep, you're with us, Jerry. We got you.
Oh, poor Jerry.
All right. Thanks for trying, Jerry.
It's all good. Shout out to the veterans again. He was a veteran that was kind of on hold, and I guess he didn't understand that we actually popped him online.
We did. Let's pop Nebraska Maryland conversation back online here for a few minutes. The strength on strength matchup here, Strick. The Maryland offense versus the Nebraska defense. Didn't play as well last week. I mean, probably well enough to win the games with a competent, consistently functioning offense, but not up to the standard, up to the level we've seen from this Nebraska defense in weeks past. One of its biggest challenges of the year, a Maryland passing attack that's better than Purdue's, better quarterback, 3 wide receivers that can make plays, a good running back in Hemby, a good backup behind him in Littleton. A lot of ways Maryland can beat you. This, like I said, one of the biggest challenges for this Nebraska defense, but Tagovailoa will give the ball away. 7 interceptions this year. Maryland's put it on the carpet a couple times as well. If there was ever a week for Nebraska to create turnovers, this would be the week to do it. Get bowl eligible turnovers.
Yeah. I agree. I think they have to be very focused, very disciplined. They must make sure there are no busteds, no busted coverages. Everybody's got to have great communication, because that's where they're going to beat you in big plays. Now, obviously, depending on where the wind is going, when you got them against him, come downhill on them. I mean, come at him, throw everything at him, because I think your DBs are good enough to be able to manage coverage and create small window gaps that you can maybe ball hawk something or get a mistake or have a ball float a little bit longer. But when you're down, when the wind is downwind, now, kind of get different pressures, maybe on some zone blitz action, throw some different stunts at him, run some linebacker, different types of zone blitzes. Those zone blitzes, I wouldn't throw a bunch of man blitzes in those situations. You can do it. I mean, I think they're okay if they're playing off a little bit, but make sure your leverages is right? If you got guys in the slots, don't get beat on freaking inside, slot, inside slants. Leverage inside, make that sucker go outside, but don't let him cross your face in those types of. So that's what I'm saying. When I mean discipline, you've got to be disciplined on your footwork, on everything. You want to be very prepared.
What's your confidence level on, let's say, a 1 to 5 scale for Nebraska's defensive backs and linebackers in coverage?
Say that again.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 5, how confident are you, 1 being the least, 5 being the most, on Nebraska's defensive backs and linebackers being up to the challenge?
I think there are some of them that are good enough. You get Newsome. I think Harzog I think Tommy Hill is okay. I think Omar Brown is good. I don't know if our linebackers outside of Reimer runs. I think Gifford is solid, more so on zone, but run support. So I would say I give it a 2.5, across the board. I think on the first 3, I'll give it a 4. I think those first 3 are pretty solid. They're pretty good. As far as being able, I think, to handle Maryland's wide receivers.
What about the defensive line and getting pressure? Same 1 to 5 scale. I'm at a 3 right there.
I'm in a 3 too. I think getting Linhart back, you can tell what he was able to do against Michigan State. The pressures. I'm impressed by his strength. I thought he was more of a speed rush guy. He showed me he had bull rush capabilities, and I like that. He was able to get up under one of the tackles and just really drive him back and then get off of him and was able to get some sacks. Polar Bear is doing wonderful on the inside. Love to get Ty Robinson to get a little bit more work in there, but no Prince.
No Prince will still going through the protocol.
That. Yeah, I hate that because he's been pretty good too.
Jamari Butler, his turn to step up again.
He's trying. Yeah.
Nash Hutmacher, dominate the interior.
Yeah. So I think they're okay. But look, you don't want to let Talua back there just have all day.
No.
Yeah, you don't want that. Trust.
And Tony White said he didn't do a good job in putting guys in position to succeed. He said he had Nebraska playing coverage a lot more than blitzing. Now, high risk, high reward, right? Maryland's a pretty boomer bust offense as they are defensively. If the blitzes are getting home, keep them coming. Otherwise, it stinks to say, but bend don't break, right? Make Maryland take 5-6 yard plays down the field. That's a big play offense that loves to strike. But the more opportunities a team's on the field, that's more chances for them to make a mistake.
That's why I think special teams is important. Yeah, like what you just said. If you're able to win the
field
position battle, if you're able to win that, that's when you're going to have more opportunities without giving big plays. And this is why I'm talking about depending on wind. That's where you definitely kind of work both
Tailor
of those
your
angles.
game plan.
You know what I mean? So I like that, Austin, but it's going to depend on field position. It's going to depend on special teams. It's going to be important to win that battle. Because if you give them short field, it doesn't matter. I mean, bend don't break, don't work. And you got to just start getting after people because it's just not enough space.
No, there's not. On the Husker defense here, Strick, William on the YouTube stream, Wade, Jim also on the YouTube stream, but William says, what do we need to do for Tommy Hill? Who's his backup? And he thinks that Hill's going to get picked on. The nature of defensive back is it's just such an inconsistent position. 1 week you can be on top of the world, the next you're getting toasted. We've seen that. Tommy Hill's been fine. Not his best game last week. Probably not his worst. Malcolm Hartzog has been up and down. He should be back out of the protocol, ready to play. Some of it's just the nature of the position. You're better some weeks than you are others. But this is where, again, if Tommy Hill wants to be a leader on this team, carve out a role and make an NFL future for himself, he's got to be good this week. 6 guys on Maryland have over 20 catches. There's someone out there for Tommy Hill to guard. Now go do it, young man.
There he is. I don't need even that. There's nothing else to talk about. That's it.
We do have one person saying blitzing a lot because Talia Tagovailoa has shown he will turn the ball over under pressure. Yes, and that's the issue with Nebraska as well. There's pressure on this team, whether they want it or not, Strick. Both teams sitting at 5-4 have a chance to get bowl eligible. Both teams think this is a great opportunity to bank that win. Like you've been saying, some other people on the text line and on YouTube are asking, what do we do with Sims? Is Chuba healthy? Is there a shorter rope for Heinrich Harburg? Harburg's the guy. Unless he gets hurt and has his lip bleeding again or something like that, Heinrich Harburg's staying in the game. He just is. Jeff Sims hasn't made the most of his opportunities when he's come in to relieve Harburg. And for being number 2 at one point, Chuba Purdy hasn't worked his way back up the depth chart, it sounds like. This is Heinrich Harburg's season to define right now.
Absolutely. And we there's some speculation out there that maybe Chuba doesn't even want it. Chuba. Maybe he doesn't even want it, but I'm telling you this. I think personally, 2 might be gone. And I'm talking about because I'm bringing in 2 or 3. Like, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Kalen, you're looking to the portal most likely.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm, because I personally, I think, I like Kalen, obviously, because he's a Bellevue West kid, but I just think that he's maybe not as ready as I hoped he might be. I think it's going to take time for him, to be able to get in. I think this might, after the year that they had this year with the type of talent that they had, it gave me a little pause.
I'm with you. 0022 to wrap us up says, if Nebraska blitzes and puts their secondary in man-to-man, Talia Tagovailoa will run for days. Disagree. Maybe it would be in kind of a Trevor Siemian or Clayton Thorson kind of way, but so far this year, 53 carries for Talia Tagovailoa. Guess how many rushing yards he has?
Maybe 100?
37.
Yeah.
Now that he can't move, now that he's not athletic in the pocket, not a runner. He will take what's available, and that's it. Nothing more. So I like Nebraska's linebackers one-on-one with Talia Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
I do. So don't be scared to blitz him. Don't be scared to play man-to-man. But more than anything, try to control that game with your defensive line and that one other guy you send more often than not. He's Erick Strickland. I'm Austin Norman. We're going to take a break. When we get back, it's a fascinating weekend in college athletics. We'll give you a rundown of some big college football games, really good college basketball slate tonight as well. We'll get into what we're going to be looking at this weekend when we get back to On the Block.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Power Combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting lots of sunshine to go along with light winds. We'll see a high of around 54. Tonight, we'll see increasing cloud cover on the low around 36. And tomorrow, apart from a slight chance of sprinkles, and with cloudy skies, low breezy conditions are expected too. We'll see a high of around 59. And meteorologist Kyle Fucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
As expected, we have a statement from Michigan regarding the punishment levied by the conference commissioner to the football program. I'm Austin Norman. He's Erick Strickland, by the way. The Michigan statement, I quote, Commissioner Batiti's hasty action today suggests that this is more about reacting to pressure from other conference members than a desire to apply the rules fairly and impartially. By taking this action at this hour, the commissioner is personally inserting himself onto the sidelines and altering the level playing field that he is claiming to preserve. To ensure fairness in the process, we intend to seek a court order together with Coach Harbaugh, preventing this disciplinary action from taking effect.
Well, that's poking the bear.
Poke, poke.
Yep. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna come out of it. I think all parties are on watch. You know, we're gonna see how this game goes this week. Obviously, the Ohio State game is gonna be an important one. We'll see.
We have kickoff for Nebraska and Maryland at 11 o'clock. Penn State and Michigan kickoff at 11 o'clock as well. So expect plenty more twists and turns in this story before we actually get to the kickoff 11 a.m. on Fox for that one. Maryland and Nebraska on Peacock. Don't forget, we are here 1040 O Street, northwest corner of 11th and O for pregame coverage tomorrow starting at 8. 2 tickets to give away from On the Block to the first veteran that shows up to the ticket tailgate tomorrow. I'll be here starting at 8. So if you're a veteran and you want to go to the game, we have 2 tickets available, one for you, one from someone else. Just show me your military ID. Tell me you heard about it during On the Block. I will give you a firm handshake. Thank you for your service, and you'll be on your way to the game.
We're grateful that we can do it. Just grateful, and hope that it's a good game that you can enjoy.
Yes, hopefully a Husker win. Hopefully they get bowl eligible. Let's take a look around the rest of college football, though, Strick. Penn State, Michigan, the headliner. I think we both went with Michigan because we don't trust Penn State in our weekend pick segment.
Yeah, I just don't at all.
I wanted to.
There's nothing about I want to, but good gosh. I mean,
they haven't won a big one at Penn State. They haven't
done it, bro. And I just don't know. I don't know. It irks me to the core. When I go with them, I let myself down. So I'm gonna stick with it. Like I say, I really think this could be a rallying cry for Michigan, and so that's why I'm gonna stick to my guns there.
Adam from Lincoln, you weren't around with us when we announced the punishment at the top of the hour. Jim Harbaugh just can't be on the sidelines for Michigan's 3 regular season games. He can coach Saturday or Sunday through Friday. Saturdays are essentially Jim Harbaugh's day off.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. Big Bird on the Michigan-Penn State game says, James Franklin is the Bo Pelini of Penn State. Is that a hot take? I see where you're coming from. It makes some sense, but James Franklin did what Bo Pelini never did and won a conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different there. Penn State has been ranked higher more consistently than Bo Pelini's Nebraska teams, which makes me think that what's happening at Penn State, their seeming inability to get over the hump and win a big game, would be even more frustrating because Penn State has those 2 killer opportunities every year. And they just can't take advantage.
Lay an egg.
Mm-hmm.
So
James Franklin. So if Bo Pelini is like store brand, James Franklin's like a half step above store brand. Bo Pelini.
Yeah, no doubt. I have something to throw at you, though.
Yeah, what you got?
I think one of the more frustrating things out of the SEC is to watch a storied program like Florida just not able to rebound, come forth, come out, got a new stadium. Well, not the same stadium, but renovations are going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with the program? Can it come out of the freaking doldrums of the SEC? It's going to get even worse for them. It's not going to get any better. Do you find that Florida's in the same position that Nebraska's in right now, except Nebraska's probably over exceeding even what Florida's doing right now?
Well, I'd say Florida's at least made bowl games. I mean, going 6-6 with the number 4 pick in the NFL draft last year, not a great look, but year 1 transition year with Billy Napier there. I didn't really fully understand that hire. I get that he was on some of those Alabama staffs and is pretty well thought of, but I thought Florida was a little hasty in getting Billy Napier. I didn't see him as an SEC job type of guy. Maybe he is. Maybe they'll start turning a quarter. But Florida told me everything I needed to know about it when it went out and got Graham Mertz to be its quarterback. That's the guy you get to replace Anthony Richardson? Graham Mertz? Graham Mertz. Yeah. Like, we all watched the same film.
That was similar to Auburn, what Auburn did, too. It was
right, getting Peyton Thorne.
What?
Yeah. So they got to get that figured out. We'll see if Billy Napier's the guy there. But who's closer to being back, Florida or Miami?
Yeah. Dang.
I know.
That's like juggling. That's like juggling. Like which one's gonna land in my hand next? You just don't know.
You don't.
It's a coin flip with that group. I just have no. I'm actually lost at both of those programs out of Florida. All of that talent.
Yeah.
In that area, and then to have watched UCF kind of come through and just find themselves getting better than both of those programs at one point. Florida State was down, but now back up.
They found the secret sauce.
They found it. And I don't know, man. I just was wondering about that. Tell me, do you think the program is done and over with? Is a wrap? We'll see. I don't know.
I would say Florida State rediscovering some of that magic again should give those other programs hope that it can still be done, that their heyday isn't gone. But to me, it makes it even less excusable for Miami because Florida State's doing it in the same ACC. Florida State had the highs, dropped to the lows, and got back to the highs in the same conference. Didn't switch, didn't leave, none of that. Won the national championship with Jameis Winston in 2013. Fell quite a ways after that and is now rebounded back up to being in the college football playoff picture. Why can't Miami do that? Right? Like, what's the excuse for Miami in that same conference?
Not even get to the top tiers of the conference and not even be Penn State of the conference.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not even Penn State of the conference. That's what's crazy. I mean, you've been looking at Kentucky and North Carolina and Duke now starting to come up. Like, what?
That Miami can't do it?
Right. That's where I'm like, wait, man, there's something going on. There's something in the water down there. I don't know what's going on.
Florida, I think, is a cautionary tale for Nebraska as the new members join the Big Ten. I think it's going to be very easy for Nebraska to fall into, or get back to, but fall into where Florida is now. where maybe they attract some talent, maybe they don't, but not being able to ever, clear that hump of Georgia, Alabama, even LSU. Ole Miss has sprung up, which I don't know if we talked about that for very long, but everything going on with, we did, because it was in the crossover. What terrible timing for Lane Kiffin with Georgia coming up. That's probably the premier SEC game this weekend, but a team I'm keeping my eye on, Strick, Alabama at Kentucky. Alabama sitting right there in prime, bid stealer position, the college football playoff. They're lurking.
They got the binoculars out. They're just kind of looking for any kind of opening. They're looking for any kind of crack in the crevice to sneak in. That's what they're looking at right now. They got the binoculars out. They're scouting every opening in the wall to try to sneak in. No pun intended.
No. A game that is interesting to me more for the off-the-field reasons than the on-the-field reasons. Arizona at Colorado. Both of those schools will, of course, join the Big 12.
Hottest team in football right now.
With one of the coldest. Colorado is on a slide. We know the turmoil on their coaching staff of the decision that Coach Deion Sanders made. The off-the-field aspect, though, Strick, is something that I don't know if there's been enough conversation about, and that's that Arizona's president met with the faculty advisory committee, board of advisors, whatever, down at Arizona with the chief financial officer, someone in charge of the money. Arizona told its faculty that it had budgeted for $240 million that it didn't have.
Oh, wow.
Arizona miscalculated its budget by $240 million.
How do you do that?
That's my question.
How's
that possible?
That's like the government losing $6 billion. Like,
where did it go?
Like, you stand up on a podium and you're like, yeah, we can't account for $6 billion. But it's the same thing with this. Like, what? Like, where did that come from? Now, here's what I can attest. Maybe they're getting out ahead of it because you have now NIL going to a whole nother level, right? Things that you used to be able to account for on certain parameters where you're talking about, jerseys, you're talking about different things in stores and so forth and so on that you probably could account for being able to count that money. You can't now because that kind of has to go to the NIL situation, name, image, and likeness. So that could be where it come from. Because here's the other thing. Right now, their strongest programs are the second tier programs where you're looking at volleyball, you're looking at maybe soccer or polo or
baseball's good for Arizona.
They're second tiers, but they just don't generate the same amount.
Right.
Now the football's starting to come around, but it's just, you've probably been kicking the can down the road a little bit with the football program. Stadiums have been half empty, if not way empty. And so it could be some of that where you just kind of just trying to shuffle off different things in NIL hit. So it takes away a lot of that money that you were able to kind of account for. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just throwing out plausible possibilities.
Right. The issue, as you look at it from the Big 12 perspective, is that Arizona sponsors 23 sports. The average teams and the number of programs sponsored by a Big 12 school is 17. So with a $240 million shortfall, Arizona might be looking at cutting sports programs, which would be wildly unfortunate to lose that many opportunities for that many student athletes.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do. There's hiring freezes, might have to look at how they go about their tuition model. But if you're Commissioner Yormark in the Big 12, how disappointed are you in Arizona that you misplace or bank on $240 million that you don't have as you're about to join a new conference?
Yeah. Because then you also have you're not getting a full portion also.
No.
So that there's a lot of things that are hurting right there in the coming into a new conference. That's dangerous. That's dangerous ground. We'll see how that pans out. That's going to be an interesting story to watch over the the winter going into the spring.
We will keep monitoring that, see how the Big 12 responds. Don't know if we have a crossover. DP's in back. Jay Foreman doing his Big 10 thing. He will call in for Old School. So we'll take a break. We will wrap up on the block. Maybe some final Husker thoughts. Maybe a look at tonight's college basketball slate, which is going to be an absolutely incredible one. We'll get to that, put a bow on the block after this.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at KoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken lips. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's been a good 2 hours here, wrapping up a week of On the Block. Erick Strickland, Austin Norman, we're with you 2 to 4 weekdays here on 93.7 The Ticket, as well as Saturday mornings for Husker football pregame. We'll be out here tomorrow. A1 Automotive.
Man, hey, listen. Shout out to A1 Automotive. I just I did a little something for them. Took my car over there. Man, they did some wonderful work.
Mm-hmm.
Got my brakes. Got my oil change.
I thought you were all gas, no brakes.
That was right before. That was right before I had to drive way out to Oxford to speak out there. I wanted to make sure I had everything, tidied up. And A1 Automotive got me in, got me locked and stocked, and took good care of me. Craig over there, as well as Kendall Warnock and the crew. Man, thank you guys for the wonderful work you do. A1 Automotive is our sponsor on the pregame show.
Big shout out to them. We will be here 1040 O Street again. If you're a veteran, you have your military ID with you, stop by the station, say hi to me. I got 2 tickets for you for tomorrow's game. We'd love to give them away to you.
Make sure you come with the ID.
Our appreciation. Yes, need the ID.
No transfer.
We want to take you at your word. We do. We're sure you're all fine people, but just to make it fair for everyone, have the ID so that way, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we know that we're doing the right thing, giving them to a veteran just as a small token of thanks. To wrap up the show, Strick, just a quick little look at tonight's college basketball slate. No Nebraska. Obviously, Huskers played yesterday. I'm locked in on Durham. Got a big non-conference matchup. Number 12, Arizona, comes all the way out to the Coach K court, to Cameron Indoor Stadium to take on my Duke Blue Devils. Won't spend too much time on that one because DP wouldn't have old school. Wisconsin, Tennessee. Don't know if I like that one. That's a game that might not break the 60s. But I love that early non-conference test for both of those teams.
I'm actually gonna put my eyes on that one. That's what I'm gonna have my eyes on tonight, obviously, because I got to see what Chucky is gonna be doing. And so, I'm gonna check that one out.
Oakland gave Ohio State a run.
Absolutely,
another Big Ten team for them tonight at number 25 Illinois. Can they do it twice in a row?
They're tough, bro. Like they've kind of always been pretty tough. They're tough nose, hard nose. When I was playing in the NBA, that's whenever we played in against Detroit. That's where we would practice. We'd practice at their college and just hard nosed young men getting after it. And so it's going to be a tough little run. Don't be surprised if they're able to sneak Illinois.
You have Yale going out to the Kennel for Gonzaga's first game of the year. Yale's usually pretty good out in the Ivy League.
How about Kansas playing in Manhattan?
Not that Manhattan. The other Manhattan.
The other one.
Yeah. Also in the Big 12, new member BYU hosts San Diego State. That is a fun mountain area West Coast hoops matchup. Yeah. Curious to see what BYU is and how San Diego State responds to last year's run to the national championship game.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to see how they return a little bit. I'm interested to check that out. One is I'm interested in checking out is Texas A&M against Ohio State.
Yes, I can't believe I skipped over that one.
Wade Taylor. I as a referee when I was in Texas, I got a chance to watch that young man playing out at Lancaster High School. We're familiar with Lancaster
Lacey.
because of Kwan, but Wade Taylor, I used to watch him get busy, and just was a phenomenal guard. Had a good team down there. And he's leading the Texas A&M Aggies right now and doing his thing, averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and shooting over 55%. I mean, that's pretty good from the guard position. So I'm looking forward to that matchup and see if Ohio State can handle it.
Ohio State's a team that I think could make some noise in the Big Ten, remade quite a bit of their roster, get Jamison Battle from Minnesota. I'm watching the Buckeyes all year, and Texas A&M Strick was picked to win the SEC. Would not have guessed that, would not have seen that coming. We'll see if Buzz Williams and his crew can deliver on the hype. If you're interested in scouting a future Husker opponent, get your eyes to FS1. Ryder is playing at number 5 Marquette. You can also laugh at Marquette because Nebraska stole Nick Janowski from them on National Signing Day. And then a couple interesting games for Big Ten teams playing Atlantic 10 teams. Dayton comes to Northwestern. Dayton's usually pretty spunky, pretty spicy. We'll see how Northwestern responds to last year. But a true road game for Maryland, going to Steph Curry U, Maryland Davidson. I don't know. Just interesting to watch.
Let's take a look at that. Let's see where that goes. You know who I really want to see?
Who you really want to see?
I want to see Alabama. I want to see what Latrell Ricell Jr. got going on down there at Alabama. That's one I'm interested in putting an eye on when next time they're playing on TV.
ESPN Plus tonight, SEC Network Plus against Indiana State. Interesting team out of the Mo Valley. That'll do it for us.
Yeah.
Good week of On the Block. We'll be back with you tomorrow for pregame coverage. Again, big shout out to your guys at A1 Automotive. They got Stricky right, his car right. They'll get you right. Should be a fun weekend. Huskers and Maryland at 11. Pregame coverage at 8.
I'm to the Baja and Mary Ellen's tomorrow.
Slamming it down to the Baja. Classic. We're going to have to get that in an open at some point. We'll find a way. He's Strick. I'm Austin. It's been fun. Thank you all for hanging out with us here during On the Block. Don't go anywhere. 2 more great hours coming your way in 93.7 The Ticket. DP will be in for Old School. Stricky's pointing at someone. He's pointing to the weekend. That's what it is. Talk to you soon.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up, the new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better. Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get